Hello, my name is Jenny Western. I'm a curator, writer, educator based in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada on Treaty 1 territory. I am of mixed European ancestry, I am of Oneida ancestry, I am of Stockbridge Munsee ancestry, and I'm a member of the Brotherton Indian Nation of Wisconsin. I'm really interested to think about this question of what it means to be an auntie. I think what it means to be an auntie is to be a knowledge keeper. I know from my own family experience, it's the mothers, it's the aunties, it's the grandmothers, it's the cousins who have held on to our family stories that trace back across many lands, many places, many generations. And it's those women that kept those stories alive and passed them down that allow me to sit here before you and speak to you the way I am. So I give thanks for those aunties and my mother, my Auntie Lori, my cousin Jeanette, women who were interested, were paying attention, and were knowledgeable enough to keep the stories safe and to know when to pass them along too. I've been really interested in that relationship of generations sharing and learning from each other, as well as sometimes resisting and rebelling. And early on in my career as a curator, I put together an exhibition called Mother's Mother's Mother, which was really about relationships among women. First of all, in families, thinking about my own family, my grandmother, my great-grandmother, my great-great-grandmother, my matrilineal line basically, and the things that I have inherited through that generational relationship. But also then using that as a way of looking at the Indigenous art scene in Canada. And I curated a show that involved 5 women from different generations that I felt had sort of a relationship among them, that there were similarities, that there were differences, that there was a dialogue that could be put together by curating that show. It was a really special and significant show for myself, and I hope for the artists and the audience that was involved as well, and really set a path for me as my career went on about how I wanted to think about the art world, how I wanted to think about representations of women in the art world, how I wanted to think about relationships among women in the art world, how I wanted to think about the ways that that I researched what I was doing. I often would go back to my mother, to my auntie, to these relationships. And sometimes they were blood family, sometimes they were kinship relationships, sometimes they were social relationships too. And I've had the honor and privilege of being a member of an artist collective called the Ephemerals with 2 other women, Jamie, Isaac, and Nikki Little, that has become, I think, a female familial relationship in and of itself. And initially I believe that we were mentored too by aunties in the community, and now 10 plus years in, I think we're turning into the aunties, and we're helping to mentor others, I hope, and each other too, because we've worked together in this way, where we've taken on different roles within the collective. Different people have led at different times, different people have followed, we've had different ways of exchanging ideas, and we've been knowledge keepers for our own collective, for our collective memory, but also trying to think deeper about things within the community we work in, asking questions of this community in different ways, and trying to maintain knowledge and information, and maybe reintroduce some issues around knowledge and information specifically to women and female artists over time and over history. So that's what being an auntie means to me. It means being a knowledge keeper, and that can manifest in so many different varied ways. I've had the honor of being the one to receive the knowledge from an auntie, and again, as I say, I hope that as I go along, as I mature, as the grays continue to come into my hair, that I will continue to ascend into true auntie position, because it's an honor and a privilege, I think, to sit in that position as an auntie, to get to hold the knowledge and to get to share it with the younger people. Thank you for letting me share today. I hope you're all well. Take care.